So we are live at Akure. We are back on this farm. The last time we visited this farm was about 3 months ago. This is the farm where I told you that has a capacity of 20 tons. And what they do basically here is the breeding of catfish, the grow out section. And you can see the massive sizes of catfish that we are harvesting today. We have 3 ponds to clear today. And you can see the fish as they are being harvested from these ponds. So this is all we are going to be doing today because a lot of our customers are waiting on us to produce the middle sections of the smoked catfish. And these are the sizes of the catfish that we use for that particular smoked fish. Let me show you one for you to know the sizes of fish that we use. Each of these fish, are you see? So these are the sizes of catfish that we want to use for the cut sections of the catfish. And none of these fish are lesser than a year. So you will know the kinds of fish you're going to be expecting. Thank you. My name is Tiki and I run Tiki Fish Farm. At Tiki Fish Farms and Smokehouse, we own a fish farm where fish are farmed and a smokehouse where the farmed fish and outsourced fish are processed. And most of the time, we offtake from other farmers to cushion our production so as to meet up demands for our quality smoked fish. But before we set out to visit any fish farm, we prepare well, getting our bowls in the truck bed, we fill it up with water so as to sustain any live fish we buy and getting them back to the smokehouse live and healthy. So here is the fish farm we are buying from. A 30 tons live catfish capacity fish farm run by a lovely couple. I have been buying fish from them for more than 6 years now. They specialize in grow outs, and the market size they target is the extremely massive table sized catfish. They farm only hybrid catfish. Hybrid catfish are a cross between two different species of catfish that do not normally mate in the wild. They are also known as crossbreeds or interbreeds. So hybrids catfish are created by artificially breeding fish, often using hormone-assisted reproduction. You see, these hybrid catfish, they are often more desirable than the purebred catfish because they grow faster, they have higher survival rates and have better meat yield. Here they grow them in earthen fish ponds, and this type of fish ponds are constructed in a waterlogged environment because fish rely on constant supply of fresh water. These catfish you see here, they are over a year with an average weight of about 4.5 kg. I specifically target these sizes for two reasons: better meat yield after drying them, and we get lots of viscera from which fish oil is produced. This is how catfish are being harvested from an earthen pond. We use a net called a drag net, which is tensioned by two persons in the pond. They trap the fish inside it and carry it out and put it in a bowl. The farm owner hired 4 guys to assist him with the harvest. I brought 5 of my team members from the smokehouse to help me with counting, measuring, and conveying the fish to the truck. Fish are sold on a fish farm with a measuring scale and not in pieces. It is by how much your fish weigh, not by how many pieces you have in a pond. For example, if a single fish here weighs 5 kg and is sold at the rate of 3,100 per kilogram, that is 5 kg multiplied by 3,100 naira equals 15,500 naira for a single fish. The heavier the fish, the more you pay for it. That is the reason why a fish farmer must endeavor to feed their fish very well if they want a bountiful harvest. In case you're looking at venturing into catfish farming in the nearest future, here are my advice for you. Get a land in a waterlogged environment and make sure you buy plenty of it. And there should be a river or a stream close by, not a dry land place. You get why? Second, you set aside a particular sum of money for farm setup. With that, you will hire equipment, pay laborers and consultants. Then make sure you look for a good working capital. And do not try to do fish farming if you know you won't be around to monitor your fish. The investment on catfish farming is not small at all. Fish eats a lot, and the fish feeds are expensive and constantly increasing in price. Recently, commercial fish feeds just increased their price by 15%, and the local fish feeds that we use to augment this, the price too went up by 20%. I used to produce a ton of fish feed for about 1 million naira, but now to produce a ton cost me 1.2 million naira. And whenever you are keeping fish for over 10 months, the rate at which they convert fish feeds to flesh or body weight decreases with age. There's something called FCR, which is a calculation a lot of catfish farmers tend to run away from. FCR simply means feed conversion ratio. It is the conventional way of measuring the efficiency of livestock production. At this rate, for you to produce 1,000 kilograms of fish in body weight, you would need 1,540 kg of fish feeds. And the difference in the price of that fish feeds and the market value of 1 ton of fish feed is the profit of that farmer. From this particular fish farm alone, we took over 4 tons of fresh catfish to be smoked at our smokehouse, and we will still visit other farmers for more fish as we stock up fresh catfish for the smokehouse. Off-taking catfish is not an easy task. I pay my teams separately for this job, and we do it mostly on weekends when we are not processing fish at the smokehouse. I rely on small-scale farmers like this for my supply, and I buy mostly from farmers who are close by in my vicinity. Here, one of my team members is moving fish from the pond to the truck. So we cover each of the bowl with a basket so as to prevent fish from jumping and entering a pond that has more fish. So from this farm, we did about 4 trips, and each of the trip we carried over 1,200 kilograms. As part of our preparation before going to any farm for off-taking, you see the essence, the reason why we brought water from our farm, because in some farms, the places to the farms are not motorable. Sometimes it's not easy to access water. That is why we come with at least 200 liters of water in each container. And this bowl also, we take it along with us to any farm. So when the fish are being harvested from the pond, they are being poured into this bowl, and from the bowl, we start doing our counting and measuring. So the fish will be recorded accordingly so that at the end of the whole harvesting process, we can now calculate how much for the total fish that we've harvested and taken to the truck so far. From my own observation, the ponds are not well constructed. The ponds are not deep enough because they were hand dug compared to my own that we use excavators. So this pond carries about 3 tons of catfish. So when we talk about a pond's capacity, so if I say this pond is a 3 tons capacity, it means that the quantity of live fish in weight that this pond can hold is 3,000 kg. Anything above 3,000 kg, you start having issues. Diseases outbreak, the low water quality. Now, the pond water is muddy because people are constantly entering the pond, and the fishes too. We've reduced it to the barest minimum so that we can harvest the fish without them undergoing too much stress. Harvesting of catfish is only done once in a while. So as catfish farmers only hire staff to do this for them. This is the farm's water supply. This is where the source of the water is. You can see other ponds and other fish that they have that is still coming up. They have more than 7 ponds on the farm. They still have some small fish that are coming up here. So I believe later they are going to call me when these fish are ready for harvest. I will still come back and take from them too. This is one of my favorite farms in Akure because of the massive sizes of catfish I do get from this farm. Now, all the fish that we've taken so far has been recorded. It's time to do the summation so that we can know how much we're going to pay for all the fish that we've bought. and it's time for my boys to retrieve. We are now heading back to the smokehouse. Now at the smokehouse, we store the fish in a bowl, and in this bowl we put fresh water and we cover and secure the fish till the time we are ready to start unaliving them and processing them for smoking. So these are the bowls. We have capacity to store about 20 tons of catfish. If you like this video, you can follow us for more operations on our catfish farming, off taking, processing and packaging and sales expenditure. Thank you.